I'm on male birth control.
Steroids is just male birth control, bro.
Many of the audience that watch the Tren Twins are young. Women, don't be stupid.
79!
Coach Greg, in today's video, the Tren Twins, they're fed up with people training, getting in their way in the new year. And so they decide to head out to Planet Fitness, a gym where regular folk, not serious people, they like to train in. Now, this is up for debate. I've been to many a Planet Fitness. I've trained there with the Mountain, Juju Mufu, many others, including just there on my own. And it is, in fact, a great gym. But wait till you see what the Tren Twins do. Turk around and find out.
Hey, buddy. What? You're rowing on the bench, right? This is for bench press.
What? No, bro, you can.
Now I'm gonna press you out of here.
No.
Yeah.
Jokes aside, who wants to see some bro using the bench press in order to hold up his bicep curl bar? To the same extent, girls don't do dips on the bench press. The bench press, it's for bench pressing. And in Mike's case, for tearing his pec.
Oh my God!
Too soon, too soon.
Can I speak to a manager?
I'm the manager.
New year, new pre. And so please check out Harder Than Last Time Hardcore 3D for all your high stim needs.
Thank you, Greg.
And so I've been to the gym in the new year, and personally, I never saw that many people. I was there, went to a new gym, Another Good Life, took 16 photos with 16 fans. Yes, I counted it. Call me crazy. But remember, I don't mind this at all. I like meeting fans. I like taking photos, having a good time. Remember, it gives me an opportunity to tell these guys testosterone laced with math. I kid, there's no math in my testosterone, but what there is inside of it, it's actual testosterone. Unlike Gorilla Mine and other companies have been outed for selling fake testosterone, mine has been proven to be real, and I do in fact have the receipt. Code Greg, 15% off. And so remember, if you're trying to get the gains in 2025, money back guarantee, and a $20 gift card, get it and find out.
This channel does not promote or promotion any illegal activity.
And so remember, the Tren Twins, they do not promote or condone the use of performance-enhancing drugs.
And I'm being sarcastic.
And I'm not being sarcastic.
Thanks for watching.
Shut up, Dr. Berg.
They're trying to take what originality that we have. Are you willing to not be able to wipe your ass from the back anymore?
No, I'm not going to wipe myself like a girl from the front. I'm going to continue to wipe it from the back. And if I happen to get so much muscle that I can't do this, well, I'm going to start stretching.
Go to Planet Fitness.
This is not a serious lifting gym at all.
Hey, I'm here.
You're the only person on steroids in the gym.
And is it just me, or is it not, say, E68 Fitness? I've never heard of this place. Is that a different name for Planet Fitness? But he's saying, look, you're going to be the only one on steroids in there. It's just a non-serious gym. Y'all think that only the serious lifters of the world go on steroids? It's just for professional bodybuilders or professionals and so on that want to take steroids? The majority of people who take steroids don't even look like they work out. And so why do you think they're taking them? They want to look like they work out. Has anyone ever thought of that? And so when Chris benches 405 for 9, it doesn't mean that all you out there, if you start blasting hella trend, hella gear, doesn't mean you're going to be doing the same thing. The majority of people on steroids, that's right, most of them, never even going to bench press 405 for 1. And so let that sink in. And let me further add to this. Most people on steroids, they're not benching 315. Sorry, telling you the truth.
The probability of a bench press being open today is pretty low.
Well, the probability of me spreading my seeds also low, but I'm not giving up on that.
Touché. Just because the chances of him spreading his seeds are low doesn't mean he's not going to try. Just like Togi. He wants to have, 30 to 35 children by the time he gets older?
This is a problem.
But just because he likely can't convince any to lay down with him doesn't mean he's not going to try.
I'm actually infertile. So I'm on male birth control.
Steroids is just male birth control, bro.
Many of the audience that watch the Tren Twins are young. Women, don't be stupid.
79!
Just because a guy says, I'm on testosterone, doesn't mean he can't get you pregnant. I've heard this from women in the past. They actually think it. No, you're good. You're on steroids, right? Wrong! Are you a freaking moron? Just because you're on testosterone doesn't mean you're shooting blanks. Guys, girls, be smart, wear protection, and if it's Togi or the Tren Twins, walk away.
Everybody's looking at me. It's clearly because I'm just extremely act.
It's because of the camera. When there's a camera walking in, people, they're scared of cameras. They see the camera, they want to hide. How's my makeup? How's my hair? What do I look like? Am I jacked enough? Is somebody going to post this and see me sitting with my side chick? That's what they're looking at. They're looking at the camera. They're not looking at you. They're looking at the camera. Am I going to be in a Joey Swole video? People, they only care about themselves. They don't care if you're jacked, if you're handsome, if you're 5'6" manlet like the Tren Twins or Coach Greg. They don't care about that.
You taking creatine before you lift? You're taking methyltren. You know what methyltren is?
Yes, in fact, I do know what methyltren is. It's not something to just take to go to the gym and have a good workout. Methyltren, it's very strong. Average dose, 0.5 to 2 milligrams. I used to take 1 milligram a day. Use it for approximately 2, maybe 3 weeks before a powerlifting or bodybuilding competition. It makes you a lot stronger, more aggressive, hardens the physique. And so for bodybuilders, this is something very popular. Similar to something like halotestin. Very, very toxic. Highly discourage you from using methyltren. You didn't think you could learn things from a Coach Greg video.
Greg goddamn Doucette.
I would rather get pegged than lose another peg.
What?
And so apparently Chris would rather get pegged by Wes Watson, perhaps, than leave another pack behind.
Dink, 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 dink.
I don't know if I misheard this. Remember, I have a hearing aid. I'm not all there. I'm 49, pushing 50. 50 keys of testosterone across the border. I may be getting older, but I'm still just a chill guy. I think what's most impressive about this bench press is not the fact that he did it for 9 reps, it's the fact he's doing it with a close grip bench. That involves more of the triceps. And so perhaps he's scared that he's going to tear a pec as well. But when I used to bench 405 for 15 reps, I used to use a much wider grip. That decreased the range of motion. And so if you're training for a powerlifting meet, it's all about maximizing the weight you can lift. With a wider grip, although I do think he should pause the weight to minimize injury risk, I do believe you could press more weight if you use a slightly wider grip than last time. And when training for 1 rep max, of which he hits a 475-pound bench, very impressive, I do believe you should save some of your strength for the top end set. 405 for 9, which is close to failure. Once you've done that, your body is now going to be pre-fatigued. It's going to be much harder. Now, I'm not sure if Mikey's deadlifting in this fashion because of the fact he had injured his pec, but when you are in fact deadlifting, you want your arms to be vertical. Notice he's lifting the weights with his arms out slightly to the side. They should be hanging straight down. This will, again, minimize the distance of the deadlift. He said he's training for a powerlifting meet. If you minimize the distance the bar is traveling, you're going to lift that much more weight. And so the form that he's using, it's almost as if he wants to do a clean and jerk, if you will. But he is not, in fact, Olympic lifting. I do believe that would be very dangerous for his chest. And so I would advise him to grip the bar about 4 inches closer together to allow him to lift that much more. One thing I want to point out is, do you often notice how powerlifters, they lift up really, really hard? They're pulling the weight, and upon getting to full completion, they then drop the weight very quickly. Now, in powerlifting, that is okay. You're looking for the maximum weight that you can lift, and so it doesn't really matter how slowly you lower the weight down. But if we're training for muscle hypertrophy, and I do believe these guys both want to get both bigger and stronger, it's important to control the negative. Now, Jeff Nippard made a video saying, hey, you don't need to really go slow on the eccentric to build maximum muscle. He compared various studies, for example, a 2-second eccentric to a 4-second eccentric, and said, you see, it's about the same. But what they didn't compare was a fast eccentric, 0.2 of a second, 0.5, to, for example, lifting it on the concentric. And so there is something known as time under tension. How long is the muscle contracting? And when you only do concentric lifts while powerlifting, you're lifting the weight very quickly, dropping the weight to the floor, you're missing out on the amount of muscle you can build. The studies concluded anywhere from 1 to 7 seconds on the eccentric, that is optimal. This was 0.1, 0.2 of a second. The downward motion, it's very fast. There is no controlling the eccentric. And so my advice, if you're trying to increase muscle size, if you're trying to train like the Tren Twins and so on, I would advise you to slowly lower the weight down. It doesn't have to be crazy slow. You don't have to train like Eric Janicki doing ultra slow controlled eccentrics, although that would also work. But please at least have some control of the eccentric on the way down. And yes, powerlifting movements do in fact build muscle. You don't have to listen to Mike Isertel tell you to use a 10-pound dumbbell, for example, and do lying down bicep curls. You can actually train old school using old school techniques, and that involves training hard with compound movements.
4 good days out of the 7 days of the week, that's a good week.
And so Chris's theory is it's all about doing more good than bad. If you had 4 good days in the week, well, you had a good week. Anything above 50% is positive, and think of it, that actually does make sense. You don't always have to eat perfectly. If 4 out of 5 meals in a day were good, well, likely it was a good day in terms of your diet. And so stop thinking you need to be perfect. You just need to be better than average.
Let's have the best pump of 2025, baby.
And so what I like to see here is that Mike, despite his tearing of his pec, the fact that he's injured, he's still training in the gym. Notice he can still train the good side of the body, the right side. When I was injured, for example, I posted on Instagram, I had my crutches on after doing hip surgery. As you know, I've also broken the right elbow. I've broken the left elbow. I've had several surgeries. I had 3rd-degree separation of my shoulder. All throughout my life, I've been injured many, many times. But one thing that I had in common amongst all of these injuries is I never gave up. I went to the gym as soon as possible, and I did what I could do. You can't be perfect, but what you can do is give it what you got. When you just take time off, oh, I injured myself. Oh, I'm sick. I'm going to take the next week, the next month off. Oftentimes for many people, it's hard to get back going. But if you have the mindset to go and train like a champion, oh, I'm injured. Well, I can still go and stretch. I can still go and do cardio. I can still train my upper body. Oh, I broke my right leg. Well, my left leg is good. I'm going to train that. That kind of mindset, it's going to carry with you for the rest of your life. It's going to help you. You need to be consistent. You need to keep training. Never give up. You actually can do it.
That shit burns. You know what else burns? Gonorrhea.
And so he went with gonorrhea. I was thinking chlamydia, thinking Togi. Hopefully Togi's feeling better than last time in 2025.
Thank you, Greg.
And so I'm going to tell you all at home, you probably don't need to do the wrist shit. Most of you are gregging your Doucettes. That's enough hypertrophy work at home. You don't need to go to the gym and do some extra of that wrist grabbing. But if you are in fact unilateral, always using the same hand, I would suggest you sometimes greg your Doucette with your other hand. Mix things up. Make it feel like it's someone else.
Chicken breast from Tyson that's probably really not good for you or nothing, but
listen, just because food's frozen, it doesn't mean it's not good for you. For example, frozen vegetables, they're almost as good as fresh. Don't kid yourselves. Just because things are frozen, just because it's quickly available, doesn't mean that it's bad, especially if it's chicken. Really? We're going to start demonizing frozen chicken, that it's not in fact good for you? Now, here's something that's not. Something that's carcinogenic. When you cook meat and you burn it, it's a class 1 carcinogenic. According to the World Health Organization, it's not good. It can in fact cause cancer. And so why is it that the Tren Twins are using a pan that likely costs $1.99? Can they not afford a chef at this point, somebody to meal prep for them? I mean, they're perhaps not as rich as Coach Greg or Dr. Mike Isertel, but could he not afford a better tan? I mean, a pan, a better pan. This one, it belongs in the trash, exactly like Mike Isertel's tan. It belonged in the trash.
son of a. Oh, that's a bad idea. Overcooked my shit.
It tells you exactly how long to cook your meals for. It's exactly laid out, the ingredients that you need. It's very easy. And when you're making hella cash like the Tren Twins, I don't want to say exactly how much money they're making, but it's probably more than you. They can afford to eat better. I don't get it. I mean, Coach Greg has a chef, comes in Monday to Friday, morning till supper time. We don't have to worry about that. I got all the food on the weekend. You've seen this. Now, even if you don't make millions and millions of dollars every single weekend or month, you don't need to go without having a chef. The Tren Twins, they can afford it. Trust me, bro.
Bro, chew with your mouth closed. Oh my God, that just triggered me. Where's your manners?
I like how Mikey just takes it. Bro has no chill. It's like Coach Greg. I'm going to be me. I'm going to do what I got to do. And if you can't put up with it, well, there's the door. And so if I happen to chew a little loud, perhaps my mouth's a little bit too far open. So what? Is it really that bad? Are we really going to make a big deal out of this? What's next? Going to get mad at me because the light's on at night, that I want to have a night light to walk out to go to the bathroom so I don't get hurt? Yeah, I've been in relationships like that. Trust me, you don't want it.
Seen this dude doing the worst bent over rows I've ever seen. Skinny's like his first time in the gym. Like, bro, you need to be doing compound lifts, bro.
Or he needs to be doing a Zwift bike race at home. Some people, they can just have just as good a workout in their apartment, their home, as they do at the gym. For example, I personally enjoy going on the Zwift racing bike more at my home than I do going to train at the gym. Now, yes, I do both, but I can have a very good workout while riding on the bike. And guys, trust me, it develops a good physique. Just check out these quads, guys. You got the Tren Twins up on Tren. Coach Greg is racing bikes, has quads of steel.
Yeah, boy.
And yes, I'm on terkestrone and GO2 Max, and as you know, 140 milligrams of test a week. But guys, if you do bike riding, you sprint up a hill every now and then, you can in fact develop a much better physique than you have right now. It's not about being perfect, it's about being better than you are.
I don't know. I just don't see the point of immediately going into the gym and doing some weak-ass hypertrophy that's not, like, bro.
Then raced on Zwift at home.
This shit pretty damn good for some frozen cooked chicken.
Imagine if he had a chef. Imagine if he used my cookbook. The Tren Twins, if they should ever want to visit Coach Greg in Canada, I can show them the high life. The life that they perhaps are missing. Tren Twins, you got to come and visit Coach Greg. They'll have the chefs make you all the delicious recipes. You won't know what you've been missing.
2025, truly about changing some habits.
And so for me, 2025 is about continuing the ride of my life. And I'm not talking about last night. Hey, remember I said I had a throat goat?
I'm still hungry, bro.
And so he's still hungry because his food isn't as voluminous as last time. It's not as filling. The Coach Greg cookbook, you see, Cookbook 3.1, what you get is very filling recipes. They taste amazing, way better than this. Very simple to make, less calories, more protein, more fiber, more filling. You won't be saying, hey, I'm still full. You'll be saying, I'm satisfied. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you, Greg.
What are you doing eating that shit with your fingers? Why?
Did anyone catch that? This is how I used to eat with my dogs. Exactly as it stands. They would sit around watching me, waiting patiently. Could you give me a bite there, Dad? Here you go. And proceed to chew it down. And perhaps the dogs are jealous of the background. Mikey's taking over their role. But hey, whatever works for them. It's 2024. If Mikey wants to identify as a dog in 2025, by all means.
I'm about to go get a big old Diet Coke, 30 ounce, and a gallon of water. And I'm going to finish it before bed. Maybe a protein bar.
Highly discouraged drinking an entire gallon of water before bed cause nocturia. You're going to continuously get up to go and pee during the night. And the Diet Coke, 30 ounces, a lot of caffeine. It's going to negatively affect your sleep. But the protein bar, especially a Kaiko bar, you all saw how much Mike Isertel enjoyed having that in his mouth. That I would recommend. That's the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Remember, any of the products described, the terkestrone, the Kaiko bars, the coaching plans by me and my team, the cookbooks, training books, the Circle Diet book, all this on the website. Don't forget about the Harder Than Last Time clothing line. And if you don't have the money, you spend it all at Christmas, well, you can get the free diet and training program on my website. It's close to 50 pages. There's several to choose from. You got to get it. Over 100,000 given away. And until next time, I am out.